Good morning, heroes. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, we are on the Riftblade. We are level 30, so we are going to get some dungeons going. Or rather, we're on our Riftblade Runemaster. My apologies. We're going to try and get some dungeons done today. Try and get some more leveling done. We also want to try and complete some quests. All of our quests are down here in the south. We had run up here to do a couple quick turn-ins. Let's see, the swarm grows. Deliver current sealed note to Borgamar. Don't need that quest. What are you? Don't need that quest either. So one of the things that PF Quest could do is like all these quests here. Number one, you won't see them on my map because I've already turned them all off. But there is a way to go in and be like, I don't want to see any of these quests pop up on my mini-map for PF Quest, or on our main map for PF Quest. So that's kind of what I've already done. Let's take our flight point back down to Reho. And we're flying. I'm going to go ahead. I've been rushing, trying to get ready for stream this morning, so I still haven't even taken my medicine. So give me half a second, guys. I apologize. I had a tooth pulled, so I got to take antibiotics. Give me 1 second. My mom's supposed to be over this morning at some point, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know what time she's supposed to be here. So, all right. Whew. Okay. Got a couple quests we can turn in here. We still have tusks that we need, and we have 1 skull that we need to grab. I tell you what, there is a huge difference. That's to Thunderbluff, no thank you. And that's Ashen Vale, no thank you. Been playing some Bronzebeard with Devin off camera. That is turning into a lot of fun. They've added a ton of new stuff, and I don't think it's been added. Oh, it has been. So they added a whole bunch of new stuff. So all the starting zones now have this like new area. So we have Sinister's Lair that got added. We still have the Burning Blade Coven over here, right? You still have your normal starting area here, right? Scorpids, big Scorpid up over here, but then this whole area here has been added. If we go over to, here you go, Teldrassi. Here's the new starting area here. This used to be all you could do here, right? And you rarely ever had to go, like you'd start here, you'd take some stuff out over here, then you'd come over here and take out some stuff down here, and then you would come over here and take out some stuff, then you'd go over here and take out some stuff, then you would go over here and take out some stuff. You know, there was nothing over here to do, so they've added this whole new area there for the Night Elves. If we go to, that's Dunmoreau. This should be the starting zone. Yeah. So here's the starting zone for the dwarfs and gnomes. So everyone should be familiar with like this portion here. All right here. This has all been added. All that right there. It's all new stuff. You get over here to Tristral Glades. Here's the new starting point here. So you still come out here. You still go over here and do all these quests here. But now we've got this whole new area here. Can't go to Howling Ford. Would be nice if we could. And then where is... It's down this way. Yeah, Elwyn Forest. Here we go. New starting zone here. So you still have your normal starting zone for the humans here. And then they added this new area. So a lot of new stuff got added, which is what crashed the entire game the other day. Like, we finished our stream. Devin and I did our multi-stream. Got off so that I could run some errands, he could run some errands, and then we were going to come back and stream, and the whole game crashed. Like, you could not get on at all after the update. Alright, so we've turned everything in. There is the one quest we have way over here. So we'll go do that while we're waiting for Dungies. It's the furthest quest that we have to run to, which is annoying. But, yeah, a lot of new stuff. I'm super excited. And I'm curious to know, and I wish I had, like, the ear of a dev, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I've talked with the devs before, at least a couple of them. But I wish I had more of a way to, like, sit down and chit-chat with them and figure out what's going on, what the plan is, what the roadmap is, kind of thing. But I would love to know, like, how much, now that we have Project Epoch under us, or partnered with us, or whatever you want to call it, I'm curious to know how many of the changes that have come out this past week and a half has been because of that. I'd really like to be able to call up a dev and be like, hey, I just got a couple questions. And honestly, I think one of the things I think the devs should look into doing, and it's not a requirement, but I think it would be a good idea for them, is to have a, I mean, Blizzard's doing it with regular WoW now, or retail WoW, whatever you want to call it. ESO was doing it for a while. Baldur's Gate was doing it, but where they have these podcasts, these little chats, like once a week, once a month, whatever, where they go, okay, here's everything that we've been working on, here's everything that we're implementing, here's everything that may come up later. I will say Blizzard has really leaned into that with this new midnight release. The problem is I don't think midnight is gonna save it. I think people are finally getting tired of having to pay monthly subscriptions to literally everything on the planet. Especially, like, this game here makes plenty of money, and there's no monthly subscription. So I would think that they would want to try and change their business model. That's just me personally, but who knows? We're waiting on 1 DPS for this? Come on. I don't need the Earth Root, but... Alright, let's see what we've got going on here. I'll hit accept just for giggles. We have a level 17 Necromant. We're not going to do all these quests. Knock it off. Level 17 Pyromancer Healer. We have a level... looks like 18 Witch Hunter. Oh, hey, I just realized that our skill looks different now. Surging Slash looks different. It was like a darker colored skill that went the same direction as this blade. but now it's a little different. I still think Hoarfrost is funny because that's the name of a skill in uh, Elden Ring. Hoarfrost Stomp. Let's see, who else we've got? We've got a Fellsworn that's level 48, and then we've got us at 30. So. Just so everybody knows, we are currently running the fire attunement with our air engraving. We're not going to go deep enough into this dungeon for everybody to get 12 of the things. We'll turn in... Come here, little ball. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I can turn him in when we get done. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember us needing to go this direction for this boss, but... I also don't really care for this dungeon. During our co-op play yesterday, day before yesterday, whatever it was. Yeah, day before yesterday when I was playing with Devin. There we go. Finally got that to proc. He's actually playing a Riftblade because I think he would have a lot of fun with this. And I'm building a Blood Mage healer. Because somebody asked to see what I think of the Blood Mage healer. Oh, tank died. Because somehow we pulled literally the entire building. Go, make sure I'm all buffed up. Here we go. Not high-end food, but it is food. But yeah, I may pitch that to one of the dev team members and be like, hey, I think something that would be really good because there's so many people right now waiting on getting access to things like Bronzebeard, getting access to things like the Rexxar server that we're playing on right now for Conquest of Azeroth. I think it would be beneficial for them to have a podcast. They don't have to be like, it's coming out this date. You know what I mean? But being able to sit there and go, hey, guys, here's our current roadmap. Here's what we've been doing. Here's what we changed over the last week. Here's what we, are still currently trying to figure out. Things like that, I think, would make it a little bit less stressful for players who are sitting here going, I don't want to spend the 15 to 20 bucks or whatever it's going to cost me to get into the Rexxar server or into Bronzebeard because I want to wait for it to go live. And who knows? I mean, that might actually drum up even more player base for them. Even on things like Elune and Area 52 or Epoch. So. That was close. Almost got launched off the edge there. But, like, this class feels really, really smooth, in my opinion, as a two-hander. I have not gone and started trying to play the dual-wielder class, the more roguey version of the Runemaster. But I feel like this is definitely one of the smoothest melee classes I've played in a long while. And I say that because, like, a lot of the melee classes that we've been playing... hey, what's up, William? They feel very clunky. They feel a little out of place. So... This is nice having something that feels this smooth, this well put together. It doesn't feel like I'm a spellcaster with a big stick. You know what I mean? Like, because even the spellcasters in this game seem to work a little bit faster. And they just, I don't know. The melee guys, a lot of the melee classes feel very clunky. Especially early on. You don't feel like you're doing anything. Unless you're going tank. In which case, then you actually feel like you're getting something done. Except for Guardian, because I still attest that Guardian is by far one of the worst classes. It really needs an overhaul soon. Because as a tank, its rotation is subpar at best. It just doesn't feel good. I mean, if you want to play a character that has some versatility to it, go play either the Templar, or go play a Sun Cleric. They have some serious versatility with its playstyle. Alright, Let's pop the bubblehead. Let's turn in the two quests that we have to finish. $30, $30, $31. Okay. Repick that plant. Requeue for dungeons. That was fast. Let's see here. We can go with Rune Resonance, conjure a ley rune at target location, which explodes after 2 seconds. I like that one. Dealing damage ability to apply Cinderstorm rune damage due by airbending by okay. Firebrand now deals 15%. I like this one though. Because we're using the air brand. I'm gonna go with this one. We'll pick this skill up at some point. There's quite a few really good skills. Alright, let's pull up our quest log real quick. Gnome Origin. I'm gonna abandon the rest of these quests. Then I'm gonna pull out Bobblehead Boy. And we've already done all these. I'll pull it open in case they all want to collect quests, but yeah, I think I may message the dev team and be like, hey, I have an idea for you guys. And really try and pitch them on doing I don't want to call it a fireside chat because I forget what dev team does those. But yeah, it's just there's 100% a dev team that does that, and I think it's the neatest thing to do because it lets your player base know, you know, what's going on, what are we working on, what's happening with the content of the game, how are you planning to move this piece or that piece or address our concerns. And I feel like it makes it a lot smoother when you have a dev team that is openly communicating. And, like, I get it. There's a lot that changes from point to point in this game. Like, almost every day there's a patch or an update or something, right? I get it. It would be hard to do a, here's what's happened over the past week or month or whatever. But having some form of open communication doesn't have to be live. It could be a short video. They have a whole team dedicated to making videos for their games. They're not doing live streams like I do. They're doing broad stroke videos that talk about Ascension WoW. But still, I mean, it's something I would like to see the dev team do. Good morning. Can you see your heirloom like on Bronzebeard for the server? So yes, on Bronzebeard, the only way to use your heirloom gear is to have a level 60. Until level 60, you cannot. It is the only server that has that stipulation. All the other servers, if you have heirloom gear, you can use it from level 1. Bronzebeard, because they didn't want, and it may change at some point, but they didn't want everybody to just quickly get to level 60. Why did we go underwater for this fight? They made it to where you have to have a level 60 already, so that when you prestige, or if you make a new character, you can then use heirloom gear. Mike. So, like, as you can see, I'm wearing a full set of Heirloom here on the Rexxar server. No, this server, you start day 1. If you have Heirloom gear, you can use it. What is this tank doing? We have 2 Sun Clerics in here. Sun Cleric healer and a Sun Cleric DPS. We have a Reaper. And then we have the Venomancer tank. And then us. Yeah. Now, let me point out, Mike, that when I say that, that's going off of when I started on the server. I don't know if they changed it. Oh, you son of a... I teleported only to teleport where he's still spewing water. How interesting. But when I started on this server, you could use heirlooms starting right out the gate. So I not 1,000% sure if they haven't changed it to be like Bronzebeard. But when I started on this server, you could use heirlooms right out the gate. Come on, y'all. They still need to fix that skill, in my opinion. Hurricane still parks me in the wrong direction after the skill. It needs to face you towards the nearest enemy when you come out of it. Can we just stop fighting every random thing? hate to say it, but I don't think this guy knows how to Venomancer tank. Like, I get he's only level 17, but I don't think he understands. He can pull a lot more. This healer is a beast. Do we know which server is going to come out between COA and Bronzebeard? My understanding is COA is going to be the first, and then Bronzebeard will follow sometime after. Though, I have a sinking suspicion that it's going to be Bronzebeard and COA going live simultaneously, and that's why there's been so many pushbacks. Is because they are testing things on Bronzebeard and then bringing it to COA, like the new starting zone stuff. They brought the crafting mechanics from COA to Bronzebeard. Like, they're flip-flopping between the two. And so I have a feeling what's happening is they are testing stuff on each server to put on both so that they can bring both to the live platform sooner. Or at the same time, rather. Not sooner. But bring it to the live server at the same time, and I think that's why we're getting the pushback. That's why I wish we had a podcast where the dev team would come in and be like, "Hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're working on." Like, I'm not saying give us all the secrets. Don't don't do that. But, you know, keeping us in the dark and just going, "Oh, sorry, we had to push it back. We're you know." It would be nice to have some form of communication with the dev team so that we know what's coming, when to expect, what are we working on behind the scenes, you know. And I get they have multiple teams running. They've got a team for Area 52. They have a team for Heirloom. They have one for Rexxar. They have one for Grizzly Hills. They have one for Bronzebeard. So, like, they've got a lot of pokers in the fire, but the way this guy is talking in this dungeon, I feel like he AI, bro. The way he moves, targets things. It just feels a little... Come on, there we go. I think maybe they're trying to be a little bit more low profile because of what's happening with Turtle. Well, I hope they don't go after Ascension. I'm sure they want to see where this... I'll have to look into that, because I'm going to be honest, I've tried to keep away from the negativity on that kind of stuff. So while I'm at work today, I may look into it a little bit, but you might be right. They may be trying to downplay it a little bit because of what's going on there. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm not 1000% familiar with everything that's going on. But I don't know. And I mean, if that's the case, though, I mean, look at Pal World. Their dev team is still coming out going, "Hey, look, guys, here's what we're doing. We don't care what Nintendo says. We're still gonna move forward until someone tells us we can't." You know. So it'd still be nice to have a little bit more open communication from the dev team. Just, you know, give me a roadmap. Give me something that I can work with. So that when the audience does ask, "Hey, have you heard anything? What's going on?" it would be nice to have answers. You know what I mean? One of my biggest pet peeves that I've picked up in years of working sales and customer service is when you're asked a question by somebody and the immediate answer is, I don't know. I hate having to tell somebody I don't know. So I'm constantly trying to learn things so that I don't have to say I don't know. Like yesterday, for example, when the server crashed, or not yesterday, day before yesterday, when the server crashed. I doubt I was the first person to say anything to the dev team, but I reached out to one of the contacts that I've made through the content creators page. I was like, hey, just FYI, this is what's happening. I can't get into the game. I don't know if this is a bug that you guys are aware of, but if you could let the team know, that I would appreciate it, you know, kind of thing. And it was, you know, it was addressed real dang quick. But give me something so I don't lose my level 40 Iron Man to a... I'm not sure what you mean, Crystal. Did he just learn like 30 skills? Is that why our tank has been struggle busting it? I'm on a loon. Would hate to have wasted all that time just for it to transfer to Area 52. It shouldn't. Area 52 and a loon are going to stay the same. They're going to be their own servers. I mean, at least I haven't heard anything about them merging the two. When the session is over, Heirloom will merge into Area 52. Wow. See, I don't play on either, so I'm not 1,000% sure on that, but DJ says when the session is over, Heirloom will merge into Area 52. That's crazy. I mean, I can see why they would do that though. It's the same thing that they do with Diablo. Honestly. Each ladder reset for Diablo, they just take what was ladder and shove it off into non-ladder. Really? I don't know if the tank purposely went down in there or... Hopefully they don't start new season before the weekend is over. I don't know when the new season would be coming out, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't really keep track of Elune and Area 52 because I don't play on either of those. So... I mean, I have, but I primarily focus on this one. Oh, healer died. Alright, what is he talking about? Do you guys not... Yeah, I have no idea what this dude is talking about, to be honest with you. And yes, the COA server will be its own thing. Yeah. I agree with you, Crystal, for your part. I hope they don't do it for this weekend so you can attempt to finish your Iron Man there. But yeah, I mean, that's my point. Is like, if there was more communication from the dev team, then we would have... people wouldn't have so many dang questions. It's like... But... all things in time. I don't know how he got up there. Oh well. I know how I can get up. And that's all that's important. How long does it take to get a group on that server as a DPS for a dungeon? I heard the population was pretty low, but I'm interested in trying. I mean, there are days where it might take me 15-20 minutes to get a group, if I'm not looking for like Mana Storm and stuff. As far as like dungeons go, but like today we've actually been doing pretty well. Our first one only probably took about 6-7 minutes. I think. Wasn't really paying attention to the timer, if I'm being brutally honest. But as far as our second dungeon, this one right here, or third dungeon? Second dungeon. That one was instant queue. As soon as I left the first group and re-queued, just like, bam, done. So... there you go. Everybody got buffed. Let's go. Have y'all seen that retail WoW is now doing one-button builds for the current expansion. I don't know if it's on midnight, but I watched a video where literally a guy is just doing build videos for WoW right now, talking about his one button builds, and there's an icon. I don't know if it's an add-on or what, but there's an icon literally on the spells page that just says one button build. And he showed one for a druid healer that was doing like 1,000,000 heals. In like one hit was 1,000,000 heal. I'm like, bro. It's crazy, man. Like, I'm all for making macros and trying to figure out, like, okay, if I hit this button and then this button and then, you know what I mean? Like, what can I put into a macro? But having the game developers just go, hey, look, we understand that you don't want to have to be too complicated with things, so we're just going to make this one button that you can just smash repeatedly, just over and over and over and over and over again, and it will do everything for you. It's like, come on. Single target, I got it. This guy beats me every time when it comes to AoE, though. Come on, tanky. Swing, swing. Oh, I'm stuck in place. But I can teleport. Woo. Which one still needs to be clicked? Because the door's not open. Come on. Go. Come on, tank. Go hit the big guy. You got this, buddy. I only give you 70% off. Oh, there's mana storm. Interesting. So you can level to 60 in a couple hours. You can technically, yeah. If you're running the XP scroll and the XP potion, and you have heirlooms on, if you can get a good group together. I'm sitting here like, why is the tank just... Tank, what are you doing? Like, seriously. But yeah, if you have a group that wants to run, like, you get to level 10 with all that on, probably 30, 45 minutes. Maybe less, depending on what you're running class-wise. Hit level 10, you can immediately start doing mana storms. If you have a group of people that want to do mana storms, all you really need is a tank, a healer, and 3 DPS, like any 5-man. And you can clear a heavy chunk of mana storms by yourselves doing that. And you just keep doing it. Get to a part where you all die, restart. Get to the part where you all die, restart. Keep doing that, yeah. I'd say 3-4 hours solid. And you should be pretty darn close to 60, if not at 60. Just doing that. Alright, leave dungeon, yes. Then we're going to leave party. We did level up again. Let's see here. We could grab Unbound. Reduces the duration of movement slowing effects against us. Meh. Successfully interrupting an enemy with key lock reduces its cooldown by 8 seconds. Meh. Rune of Guarding. Inscribe a defensive rune around you in a 10-yard radius, summoning a barrier that causes allies within the radius to take 40% reduced magic damage and reflecting the next harmful spell cast on them lasts 15 seconds. Armor contribution from items is increased by 30%, and while Attunement of Earth is active, your damage taken is reduced by an additional 2%. I actually like that one. Granite Resolve now reduces the damage taken by an additional 2%, and Magic Feeder Rune Feed now dispels 5 curse effects on target, but now has a 10 increased cooldown. I think that's supposed to be 10-second increased cooldown. What is Rune Feed? It might be a skill I already have, but I'm not using. It's a way to heal. Okay. I'd rather do that one with Oh no, that's while you're in Attunement of Earth. Okay. Then if we were going to do that, I'd rather just get 3% every 4 seconds. Yeah, we definitely want that. So we're going to go here, grab this one so that next time we can grab Rune of Speed. We did get a new passive. I don't think I talked about this. Casting Hurricane now resets the cooldown of Rune of Ice. Resetting the cooldown this way reduces the duration of your next Rune of Ice within 10 seconds by 50%, which is fine. Nice. Let's see. I'm going to make me some coffee while I watch your stream. I hope everyone is having a good day. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate that. And Mike, yeah, it's really good. You know, I feel bad saying, you know, everybody should just go ahead and pay for it until it goes live kind of thing. But I also adamantly believe that we should support these guys the best way that we can. Because let's face it, the only way they're able to continue making improvements is if they're making some form of money at it. And that's just a fact. Oh, of course you're gonna... All that just so I was trying to get a World Forged item I saw. What a bummer. Really? Oh, yeah, if you're talking about this, absolutely. Yeah. Bronzebeard's crazier because they added more talents to the tree. Like, my friend Devin and I, we were playing Bronzebeard yesterday. We're running 2 warlocks simultaneously because we're going to go 2 different versions of warlock. But they have the classic setup for talent trees, but there's more talents in each tree. And I'm guessing they did that so that, like, if you want to go, for example, we're playing Warlock, so if you want to go, like, Demonology, it's a higher chance that you're going to put all your points into Demonology instead of branching out like you used to. Whereas, you know, if I want to go, like, Destruction, right, it's higher chance that I'm going to put all my points in Destruction instead of branching out. So, we'll see. Haven't really made it that far. I think we hit level 8 or 9 yesterday. We weren't on that long because we were both super tired. I'm dealing with having a pulled tooth, and having to take medication for it. And then he is trying to get stuff situated in his new home, kind of thing. Oh, so great. It's one of those issues. So that is a World Forged item. But as you can see, I can't loot it. And we're going to end up dead again, because I accidentally pulled. See, it looks like you could just run straight this way to get over this hill. But you can't. So you have to waste time running out and around. Two deaths on one stream, and it's not in a dungeon. That's embarrassing. Speaking of which, we still need a queue for a dungeon. Ah. Man, I don't know if you guys like playing like Dark Souls type games. I do every once in a while. I've played a lot of Elden Ring. It's on the channel. You can check it out. But I just completed Lies of P. I got it a few days ago because it was the free game for last month on PSN. It's just a base game. It's not the DLC content. But I don't know if it's because I've played a lot of Elden Ring, but for whatever reason, that game felt so easy. And I was playing, now granted, I was playing on the normal mode. There's several modes higher than what I was playing on. Because when you start the game, there's 3 levels. There's, I just care about the storyline, I don't care about combat. There is, I care about combat, but I also like story. And then there's the, I really just want combat, I don't care about story. And I beat it on the, I want combat and story, so they're normal mode, so to speak. Played it, beat it, it was really fun. Now I'm kind of going back trying to, like, figure it out. I have 2 level 60s on Bronzebeard, that's why I wanted to try COA. Yeah, look, man. Kudos to you on Bronzebeard. I love Bronzebeard. It definitely is a hit of nostalgia for me because I've played since vanilla on retail. There's only a couple of expansions that I have not played, nor will I ever go back to retail because it's just, in my opinion, gone severely downhill in the last few years to where I just don't enjoy playing that game anymore. So this has really let me get back into my roots playing World of Warcraft. Because some of the first multiplayer games or MMOs that I've played were Diablo 2, and then Lord of Destruction when that came out, and World of Warcraft. So, I mean, I've been playing Blizzard product for a good hot minute, and I'm a huge fan of their content. But I feel like retail, and by extension their classic, has just gone downhill considerably. So I will say one thing I wish the devs would bring to this that is in retail in my opinion. I would love to have Pandarans, because I love just playing the big fat pandas. And the actual Draktheran race. I would love to have the Draktheran race. Yes, I know Pyromancers have their draconic form that they could go into, and they look Draktheran. Yeah. I want like an actual Draktheran form. Or can I get okay, homeboy should be over here somewhere. Or can I please get a class similar to Invoker? You know what I mean? You used to have to go over there for the warrior quest for defensive stance. Okay, still says it's a little bit further over this way, but it shouldn't be. It's supposed to be like right here. Okay. There used to be one of the giant, it was after Cataclysm if I remember correctly, but one of the big giant whales used to come out here. It was a boss level whale. In 2005. Yeah. That was right about the time I started playing. I played vanilla, I want to say it was like 3 weeks to a month before Burning Crusade came out. Because at the time, I was playing Diablo 2, and my little brother, or one of my little brothers, he had started playing WoW. Like, he got permission to play WoW. His dad put it on card and was like, okay, you can play it, but, you know, you still have to follow the house rules when it comes to playing video games. And, I don't remember what happened, but an argument or something happened with us on Diablo 2. It was us and the group that we were running with trying to finish one of the ladders to get to the top tier list. And an argument broke out. And so my stepdad was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then we're just done playing Diablo. Like, we're done. We're going to go, you know, I'll go find us a different game that we can play as a family. And Sam was like, hey, you know, I'm having a lot of fun playing this game called World of Warcraft that you got me. So, you know, maybe you guys should give that a try. So we looked into it, and we ended up getting not just one more version of the game. We ended up getting one for me, my two brothers, and my youngest sister. And ended up playing the absolute snot out of the game. All right, we're going to go over to this other little inlet over here and just see if the quest marker is in the wrong spot. I know during the original vanilla, a lot of people migrated from Diablo 2. Yeah. I think part of it was because a lot of people got tired of the resets every, like, month and a half. Because that game requires a whole heck of a lot of dedication in order for you to, like, be at the top of the ladder if you don't, especially if you don't have a group you can run with. And so a lot of people were like, yo, forget this. Let me go to a game where I can be the top dog and stay the top dog. You know what I mean? And so, oh, here he is. Wow, they moved him way over here. Like, I know he travels, but good night. Let's take a health potion. We'll see if this gets us there. Problem is I can't eat to heal. Bro, how did he... Can I get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, good. Ooh, I love this. Okay, this is our first one in here. Hopefully we get somebody that will do all of the quests. Okay. Diablo was their first step into a Blizz games, and Warcraft RTS was sort of a secondary. Yeah. Woo, we got us a good tank. Homie is barely taking damage. Healer's keeping him up. Of course, it is a cultist healer, so no shock there. Cultists, I still think, are currently the biggest meta for this game right now. Regardless of what spec you want to go. Okay. One quest is now done. But yeah, Cultist, I think, is still the strongest meta for COA right now. They are phenomenal healers, they're phenomenal tanks, they're phenomenal DPS, both ranged and melee. We're in the process of leveling a Cultist tank currently. Okay, that's 2 quests down for here. But yeah, I really hope that this guy will do both sides. Just so that we can complete all the quests. I got started on Warcraft 2. It was a demo version on my dad's computer, and it was one of my first ever games to play. Warcraft 2, yeah. Let's see. I know I got into Warcraft, but I want to say I didn't get into it until after I had started playing Warcraft, like World of Warcraft. I'm not 1000% sure, but I want to say that's kind of roundabout the timeline that I started playing World of Warcraft. And I was playing it mainly because I thought it was... Like, this is how dumb as a kid as I was. I thought you had to play Warcraft 1, 2... I think it was only 1 and 2 that was out at the time when I had started playing World of Warcraft. But I thought you had to play World of Warcraft in order to understand the, like, what was going on, kind of thing. Oh, got another, Rune Mage in here, and we are fighting back and forth for first place in DPS. That's what I started as, was the spellcaster, which is what they are. But it just didn't feel like I was doing enough. There we go. WoW is pretty much a sequel to Warcraft 3. See, that's what I thought growing up. Oh, ow, ow, ow! I was not paying attention. Don't die, tank! Oh, I ran the wrong direction. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm so used to everybody going that way. But yeah, see, I thought as a kid that it was all, you know, Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, like, led up to World of Warcraft kind of thing. So I tried to go back and play those while playing World of Warcraft, and trying to be part of a raiding guild. And like, here's the truth, man. Like, I was part of a guild originally. We were on a PvP server. And, I changed characters so often that, the guildmaster created an entire, like, guild role that was filled by just my characters. Like a direct sequel set few years after the ending of Frozen Throne expansion. Yeah, I eventually played Warcraft 3. Yay, this group's gonna do all of it. Woo! Then there's novels. Yeah, I haven't read any of the stuff. I tried to get into the books for Magic the Gathering. You want to talk confusing. Good lord. I think they're worse than Game of Thrones. In terms of just how disjointed the books are. Oh, healer went down super hard. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely missed your message, Mike. Let's see. I was in college and my roommate was playing. That's how I first got into it. Yeah. I can tell you this. If it wasn't for my brother Sam, I'm not sure we ever would have gotten into World of Warcraft. Just because at the time, I mean, we had already built a community, even with the argument that we were having in Diablo 2. We had a community of people that we consistently played with. Here, so I don't have to rely on their bobblehead. There we go. Alright, let's leave party. We'll mess this dude up again. Dang, we almost leveled to 34. We were 32 when we entered that dungeon, so we gained 1 level, almost 2 levels by turning in all those quests. That's why the bobblehead is probably, so, like, if anything, like, if you take anything I say to heart when it comes to purchasing things for this game, there are 3 things I highly recommend. Number 1, get you a Book of Ascension so that you can level your stuff up on the fly. Get you a loot bot so you don't have to ever worry about looting. And then get you the Wondrous Wisdom Ball so that you can do dungeon quests. I mean, heirlooms, sure, they're fantastic, they're great, they help you level faster. Yes, getting the Scrolls of XP, which I don't have anymore. I need to go get me some more. But getting those, fantastic as well. But I don't think they're a necessity. These 3 right here change the entire game. Yeah, I also have the Book of Artisans. It's great and all. But for what I'm currently in the process of doing, I don't need the Book of Artisans. Because I'm not too worried about professions. Now, when this goes live, or if I finish all 21 classes so I can do build videos, then yes, we will go to our main, which still currently is going to be a Stormbringer, and we will worry about professions. We will worry about getting the best in-slot gear and all that fun stuff. Let's see. I do know that we want to grab the Runes of Speed over on that side for now. Is that still fixed? No, it is not. Dang it. While weapon engraving area is active, damage dealt by surging slash will now apply Firebrand. Interesting. That's a good one too to have, I think. That's a good one to have. That's a good one to have. Damage dealt by Smolder and Horror Frost now apply Firebrand. So even more Firebrand. Got it, okay. So, yeah, those are all really good. Smolder now strikes two. Oh, that one's good. Let's grab Resonance here. We'll pick up that one first. I haven't tried Runemaster yet. Does it feel good to play? I think so. I'm not huge on melee. Like, I'm going to be upfront about it. I am not a huge melee kind of guy. But it feels smooth in terms of the Riftblade. Even though it's an intermediate style play, I feel like this is a lot smoother than the Glyphic. We started as Glyphic. We were struggling in dungeons to be above the last place DPSer. I have not tried Engravement yet on stream. I have played. Here's the thing. When I made my tier list for ranged, I have a feeling what happened was I came to test out the Runemaster. And usually when I'm testing out a class, I start whatever the farthest right-hand class is, I start there and I just go across. But with this one, I was like, well, I like the sound of Riftblade. Cool, I'll try that. Then I went over into Engravement, and I think because of the normal pattern I missed Glyphic. And so a lot of people called me out because I didn't add Glyphic to the ranged tier list. And I was like, yo, my bad. best case scenario, it's hybrid. And so now that I've come back and I've actually played it for stream because people asked me to come back and play it for stream, uh, yes, it does have a ranged class. Currently, it feels like it's going to be a B or C tier for me if I went back and redid that video. But it's just, we need to empty out our bags. Our bags are getting gross. Let's fly down to Camp Trejo so we can turn all this in. Don't need you. As you can see, like, I have plenty of stuff down here. I'm trying to see how many total we end up getting by the time we hit 60. So I don't want to open any of these up. So I'm trying to hold on to them. Now, I will say what's really cool is in Bronzebeard, every once in a while you open one of these up and you get a glyph for your class to use later on. I have yet unlocked one that I can use at level 10. I'm getting like level 45, level 50, level 35. See, we get this at 40, which is in 6 levels. Phase out now removes all harmful spell effects and can be used one additional time within 15 seconds before incurring a cooldown. So I don't think we have anything to turn in over here, but we can vendor. Oh, that was Mage Royal. Need to keep that. I need to keep Briarthorn in case I want to work on some alchemy. Those are the 2 that I need. That was 20 things of Stranglethorn killed. We'll hold on to that. There we go. All right, so we have... We need to go take out Knock. So let's go do that. That's way south. We'll still... I don't think we get Tusks from the way south team. But I want to get Knock done because that's the last quest for this dude here. Need to change this and take off properties. I don't know why it has 3 when I only have 2 check marked. I'll have to look at that later. The third one's supposed to be for Facebook, but I don't stream on Facebook. Because every time I've attempted to stream on Facebook, the whole system crashes. Oh. Probably not the best idea to run this way. I should have taken the road, but... I always skip this quest over here because it is the most annoying, stupid quest to do. It's not worth that much XP. It's terrible. I just hope COA launches without any legal hurdles because I am planning on playing Knight of Zeroth. Knight of Zeroth, I'll be honest with you. Knight of Zeroth is a fantastic class. But for me, it's one of the hardest to level because it feels so slow. Once you get up there, I want to say probably around 25 to 30, it's a little bit smoother of a class to play. But man, I tell you what, I struggled when I was test playing it. I struggled to get to the 30 mark. It was bad. Especially early on because you have to worry about cooldowns. And they're not 1 to 2 second cooldowns, they're 5 second cooldowns. So it's like you swing, wait, Wait. Oh, now I can use my skill again. Swing. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, buddy, pal. This is rough. Somebody was just out here. Is that who I need? All right. Apparently, some people have said that you can even solo dungeons at 50 on Nox, so I wouldn't underline that. Yeah, technically on any tank class, if you go slow enough, you can solo dungeons. Best one, like if that's your goal, is to be like, my class can solo 5-man dungeons with no problem, is Templar. The Templar and Cultist are by far the easiest if you want to just solo 5-man dungeons. Obviously, you'll have to go a little slow on both. Or all three, really. But they are by far the easiest to do. How long does it take for one dude to respawn? Jeez. True. Let me take that back. It feels like it has gotten worse since they redid how dungeons work. So bear in mind, when you hit about 50 to 52, it feels like getting the last 10 to 8 levels takes a ridiculous amount of time. Now, granted, keep in mind, we started at level 30. It's almost been, it's been an hour and a half, and we've only gained 4 levels. So, now granted, we're not popping an XP scroll or an XP potion. So, you know, if we had both of those going simultaneously during this, it would be a little different, but not by much. We got any potions we can make? Not really. A singular potion. Come on, man. I need this dude to respawn. His body finally disappeared. Here, since we took everybody out over here, let's just go run and grab this grave moss. What are you? And the wild steel bloom. We'll grab both. That was worth 200 XP. And you are worth 194. I saw more grave moss over on this side, so we'll go pick that real quick. Come on, go, dude. There we go. 200 XP. Alright, he should be spawning any minute. There he is. Hi, buddy. He's down. Then I will have to take a look at dungeon leveling because it's been a while since I was level 50 on any of my characters. Yeah. Like I said, it really does feel like it slows down It's one of the main reasons I highly recommend going and doing mana storms when you hit that point. Get into a leveling group that has the 15-man groups. Make sure they have all 3 auras if you're not one of the ones running an aura. If you can, get you an XP potion at that time. Hopefully you're running with all your heirlooms, and hope that this group can get into the 60s and 70s of Mana Storm, if not higher. It's one of the many things when this game goes live that I want to do is I want to build a guild so that we have people that are wanting to do continuous mana storms, that want to do 5-man dungeons, that want to do crafting and all that stuff. Like, my goal, like my dream for what would happen when this game goes live is I create the guild, and we have people who want to be raiders, we have people who want to be perfection masters, we have people who want to be the mana storm gurus, and the, you know what I mean? Like, I want people that want to come into the guild and be like, I want to master this. I want to be the person that when somebody goes, I need an answer to this question, they know to contact that person, right? I would love it if we had enough people that love crafting that we ran the entire market. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's possible, but it would be nice. I want to have enough people to where when somebody goes, hey, a new dungeon or a new raid is coming out or a new dungeon's coming out, we have people that are like, okay, let's make sure that our group is geared up and ready to rock and roll, that we have the enchants that we need, that we have the you know, gear sets and the whatever that we gotta have, that our potions are good, our food is good, all of it. You know what I mean? Do I want us to be a diehard raiding guild? Absolutely not. But I would love to have diehard raiders that are in the guild that are willing to step up and be like, hey, we'll take down new content kind of stuff. I want people that you know, want to just come by and chill and have a good time and chit chat with people and do whatever it is that they want to do. If they want to RP or if they want to run dungeons and raids and all that fun stuff, like, I'm all for it. Oop. Nope, give me my wild steel bloom and grave moss back, please. Oh, that takes me to the crossroads. Okay, we'll just fly to the crossroads. And then from the crossroads, what we'll do is we'll just we'll fly back here, and then we'll just go up here and start taking those guys out. Because I've only got 20 minutes left before work, sadly. But yeah, that's my goal when this game goes live, is I want to create a guild that welcomes all people. For whatever kind of thing you want to do. I would like us to be the guild that everybody talks about. So it'd be nice. It'd be cool. Hey. And now we can fly back. Ooh, not you. Zug zug. Alright. Let's move. Oversweet can go there. There. What I need to do is get rid of, like, for example, I can't do anything with Peace Bloom and Silverleaf. Don't need either of those anymore, because what we need is Mage Royal and Briarthorn, or we need Swift Thistle and Blackmouth Oil. This you have to get from fishing, or you have to go buy it. That's fishing. Fishing. So, this is our only potion that we can make that does not require some form of fishing. And we need Briarthorn, and we need lots of it. Ugh. Okay, then we're just going to run north, and we're going to finish getting our tusks. We need about 24 of them. This requires us to go to 1,000 needles, which is not going... Actually, we can go ahead and abandon this. We won't be going to 1,000 needles as our next zone. We're actually going to be going here to, was the Swamp of... Deathfollow Marsh, sorry. I was going to say Swamp of Sorrows. That's on the other continent. Grab up some Mage Royal. Go over here and just wipe out all these guys and get some tusks. Ooh, loot block. There we go. There we are. $14 left to go. Still 14. That guy didn't drop any. Punk. Neither did that guy. Holy cow. Come on. Give me some tusks. I don't need your stupid blood gems. We haven't done this in a hot second. Let's see. Do we have any Primordial Portal? Interesting. What does that do? Let's drink that. There we go. Primordial Portal. Create a permanent for 30 seconds, allowing you to set your Hearthstone to its destination. Okay, but what happened? But it's only for 30 seconds. That makes no sense. Why would I want to set my Primordial Portal or my Hearthstone to a spot for only 30 seconds? That is a useless skill. Alright, let's see if we can sit down to eat real quick. Get that. Okay. Some form of lootable right here. Oh. Weird. That guy's named. Let's just take him out. you are. But we're gonna loot you. Oh, no, apparently we're not. Another World Forged item that's been moved or deleted, maybe? Alright, we need 5 more tusks. We need better food. People are moving around outside. Well, upstairs. It may be that my mom has shown up finally. It is a possible. 59, need 1 more. Then we're gonna go turn this in. There we go. Oh, nope, that didn't give us to us. You punk! Still didn't get it. Oh. There we go. I gave it to us. Alright, let's go turn in Hatred. Hatred gets turned in over here in Crossroads, so we can actually just hearth. And we can actually just use our portal here. Okay. I gotta go figure out who's making all the banging noises. Give me a second as soon as we hearth. I don't understand who's making all the banging noises. Okay, sorry about that. It's just concerning when from down here in the room I'm using to stream in, I can hear banging coming from the other side of the house. And I thought I was the only one home, but no, it's the little ones that my sister is fostering. They are supposed to be taking a nap. And so they are having an attitude about being told that they have to take a nap. 92, 1, there we go. Boom. Okay. But my sister is about to run an errand, which means I need to be upstairs in case something does happen with the little ones. So I'm going to call this one. It's going to be 18 minutes short today. I do apologize. We will be back on tomorrow. Not sure which one I will be playing tomorrow. We may continue with the Runemaster just because I am having an absolute blast with the Runemaster right now. It is turning into a lot of fun. We actually need to put the... Where's it at? Rune of Guarding. Rune of Speed can be up here. Rune of Resonance. That one can take over that spot. We'll make a macro for that later. Rune of Guarding, same thing. Because I don't need to go into Rune Shroud, honestly. I probably should be bouncing into Rune Shroud, but I can make a macro for that too. So, yeah, so far that is kind of roundabout where we are in terms of our Rune Master. I feel like we're doing pretty darn good. By the way, the rune that we got, the Rune of Speed, just to show you guys real quick. Boom, and then everybody runs faster while they're on it. Regardless of which direction you go, you get a little speed buff till it goes away. So it just helps get moving around. And then we have the Rune of Resonance here. So conjure a rune at target location, which explodes after 2 seconds, dealing 212 arcane damage to all enemies within 6 yards. So that's pretty good. And then this is the Rune of Warding. We can just pop it. And everybody in our bubble takes less magic damage. 2-minute cooldown on it. So a little rough on that, but pretty dope looking spell, if I do say so myself. But yeah, so we are going to call it there. If you guys enjoy the content, please make sure that you are subscribing to me on YouTube or following me on Twitch. What kind of keyboard are you? It sounds doggy. This is from Rexxar. I don't remember the exact one. I'd have to go look it up. It's been a hot minute since I bought it because I did have a partnership with Rexxar when a long time ago. Back when they were pretty much offering partnerships with everybody that was a influencer of some sort. But yeah, so if you like the content, please make sure you follow me on YouTube and Twitch. I'm on both, same name, Hello Heroes Guild. I try to stream every day for at least 2 hours, work dependent and whatever's going on in the house. As long as I don't have anything else medically that needs to be taken care of immediately. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Be safe out there, guildies. Peace out.